if you start hitting enemy centers of gravity at ranges of 1500 kilometers with precision, then the enemy is obviously, the enemy's tempo, operational tempo can be broken. Not only that, the enemy may be forced to move even further back with some with some of the further move back some of those centers of gravity, and that of course will obviously again have its own operational impact. So those are there, and but the best way to use these weapons, these new highly capable, maneuverable, precise ballistic missiles and hypersonic glide vehicles, is to use them in mass, and as part of a larger operational scenario, not just to make a point, as Ukraine has done with its ATACMS from time to time, right? They must be the shock effect of using such weapons must be fully capitalized on by other forces, other formation, other forces, other units. So that is extremely important. That is something one must keep in mind. So if you look at the Russo-Ukraine war, the Russians have mostly used their ballistic missiles after the initial firepower preparation that they did in in early sort of 2022. They have used most of their ballistic missiles to essentially hit a lot of civilian targets, as it were, because they went after the Ukrainians' energy grid. They wanted to strategically defeat the morale of the Ukrainian populace, as it were, by using their ballistic missile inventory, and of course the inventory of other air launch other types of missiles for use against surface targets, like various air to ground missiles, including air launch cruise missiles, including anti-ship missiles repurposed for a ground attack role only, stuff like that. They've used the AS4 Kitchen also, fired from Tu-22 backfired bombers, Tu-22 M3 backfired bombers. So this is important because the integrated rocket force, or the proposed integrated rocket force, because as yet we have not seen an official announcement with respect to its creation, although there has been talk of something called a Joint Missile Command, which is what we might get instead of something called an integrated rocket force, which will aggregate strategic fires from the three services, ground-based strategic fires essentially, and we'll get into why it is going to be mostly ground-based strategic fires and not fires or not missiles launched from either aircraft or naval platforms per se. So why